Got a little beard action going on now. But anyways, let's start with the car. So we are supposed to be tuning it this episode, and of course we're not. I got it tuned naturally aspirated, and the fuel pressure started to drop going into boost, which stupid me, I should have realized it. But we had a Corvette regulator on the car, and in order to tune it and boost, we needed a boost reference regulator right here. So yep, got a whole new fuel system for it. We're going from 6AN to an 8AN with a surge tank. We're removing those two fuel pumps and going with two legitimate 044s. And then we have the Walbro 450, and they're feeding the surge tank. So the surge tank is going to feed the rails, and it's going to recycle back into the surge tank and then recycle back into the fuel tank, if that makes any sense. But yeah, all this stuff is eBay. I've never had any problems with the fittings whatsoever. My brother's never had any problems. I think the people that do have problems are doing it wrong. We also have a surge tank right here because I'm tired of oil spitting itself all over the engine bay. And then we have a boost gauge right here along with a manual boost controller right here. So if we start losing a race, we just turn that little guy to the right and make more power. So there's that. But during that time, the car went to the body shop. I know I said I was going to do the paint and body myself, but I had high spots, I had low spots, I was getting frustrated and said, screw that. Send it off to the body shop, don't want to look at it, don't want to care for it, whatever. And I'm so glad that I did because the car looks absolutely incredible. I could not be any happier with it. Everything from what I've added to it to just the bodywork itself. This is just a epoxy primer, and I mean, it looks absolutely great. So the guy that did it, his name's Austin, and he did an amazing job on it. Like I said, I couldn't be any happier. But we have a eBay front lip. I don't know if I told you guys, but I upgraded to the NB2 front end. I finally found one local, and it was pretty much for a steal. I got the whole front end for 200 bucks. That was both headlights and the front bumper. So the headlights were kind of destroyed, but I took them apart, painted them black, polished them, or sanded them down and polished them out, and they came out really good, as you can see. We have a factory small side skirt, and by the way, this is going to be the color of the car. Me and my friend Eddie are going to wrap it next week. As for the hardtop, I went to California with my girlfriend, met up with my buddy Alex, who owns Renderos Racing, and he has these hardtop skins. All it is just fiberglass. There's no mounting tabs on it, so you have to find your own way of mounting it, but it looks the part, it looks great, it's nice and lightweight, and literally couldn't be any happier with how this thing looks. So I got a eBay hardtop wing, and then we have a carbon Miata TRD spoiler. And then that's about it. So if we take a step back, here's how it looks. Also, don't mind the cooling fan missing. My brother, when he was going up to Wisconsin, this truck was in such bad shape, but we got him all squared away. We bummed the cooling fan off the race car, so I'll just go to the junkyard, grab another one, and then get that installed. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past, I can't even remember the last upload, 3 weeks to a month, maybe. But let me go ahead and stop rambling, and we'll go ahead and get the hardtop going, get it mounted, get the window cut out, or we'll start on the fuel system. I haven't decided yet, but I'll pick you guys up here in a second, or probably tomorrow. It's getting kind of late, so. Alrighty guys, I got the back window finished and I put a black line around it. Alex actually told me to do that because it covers up the cuts right here. So it'll just give it a nice cleaner look. But I have a couple of holes where each screw goes, and I have these little fender washers, but I messed up doing it the first time around. So as you can see, it won't have enough to bite into the lip, so we just moved it back a little bit, and now the washer is going to cover that up. So it should look pretty good when it's all said and done. I also got the weather strip on the bottom side of it, so as you can see, it's going to seal perfectly fine all along the bottom. And yeah, that's the little fiberglass hardtop. It's going to look great, perform as it should, and no one's really going to realize it until they actually sit inside the car. So I do need to clean off all the fingerprints, so it's kind of filthy, but whatever, that's the name of the game. So on to the next. All right, so here it is before the top is wrapped and with the back window secured all the way down. The only complaints I really have is I'll point these lights right here down on where I have the fender washers, and you'll see it like kind of bow, but that's just given because I'm really cranking it down. See right there how it's, where is it? Right there and right there. And if we just go along it, it creates a wave. But looking at it from the side, it's not that bad. So overall, it came out really, really good. So next thing we're going to do is mount the top to the car. And the way I'm going to do that is the same way that Alex showed me. And he had a tab coming out right here with a fender washer right here, using the factory bolt holes right there. Sorry about that. And then coming up top, we're going to have a tab coming off the roll cage right here to secure it right here. And then just some fender washers all along the top right here, going up underneath the weather stripping down there. So it should seal up pretty good. I also have the weather stripping coming for this. So yeah, we'll see how the finished product turns out. Well, she's done. So I have all the fender washers along the front that hold it down. We have this nice little weather strip coming along right here. Fender washer on the side holding it down. I mean, this thing's rock solid. It's not going anywhere. Hardtop wings mounted. The rear window's nice and solid. And then for the back of it, we have these little brackets that tie into the factory location. And the weather strip seals nice all along it. So that's really cool. And then now I get the luxury of tearing it all apart so we can wrap it this red. I mean, this color is so sick, dude. And try to get a nice little picture. You can't really see the metallic in it, but either way, this red looks really nice, so I'm really happy about that. I'll actually be getting started on that either today or tomorrow. Still have a little bit of body work on the doors to do because I don't want to run these gutted doors. I'm actually trying to put an interior back in this thing, but that'll be a little bit later on. So just trying to get those done for now, but I'm going to call it quits with this video. So we finally hit 100 subs, so I'm really happy about that. Got to start somewhere on this journey, right? So if you want to keep up with the progress, go ahead and subscribe. Drop me a comment for any questions you might have, or throw me a like. I really appreciate it. So yeah, let me go ahead and stop right here, get this thing disassembled, and catch you guys in the next episode.